BBN fans, welcome to the loyal BBN fan show. This is Wednesday night, our 7 o'clock show. We're running just a little bit late, but we're here for you and for your comments. Miss Leigh is right back with us again. Miss Leigh, how is your day going?
It's great. Can you believe we're still Kentucky sports?
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
each
It
week we do this show, it's getting closer.
it is. Every week we're 1 week closer. But I mean, it's like you can almost see it at the end of the tunnel. You can touch it almost. And hey everybody, how you doing? My day's been good. Jimmy, how's yours?
It's going good today. A lot better than it was Monday and Tuesday. So I'm doing good. Everything's going good. I want to give a little shout out, to everybody that's was doing everything on Monday and Tuesday while I was not there. I know BC and Big Mike and you and 21. I can't give any more respect for every one of you is what you are doing for the BBE fan show and everything that's going on. Thank you, for picking me up and letting me be involved of everything what happened on Monday and things like that. So, yeah, it's a great day.
And I want to thank you and Big Mike and 21 and BC as well, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here with you. So I'm really, really excited about that. We love Big Mike. We love 21. Peanut, we didn't cancel our show. They only canceled the Monday night show.
Yeah, yeah,
So we wanted to still be here with you guys tonight because, you know, Kentucky Wildcat sports is my emotional support sport and it's getting close. So how could we not be with you guys?
yeah. This is the greatest thing to get on here on a Wednesday night and just talk peanuts on here. I'm sure there's going to be very many more people on here. We just like to discuss. Give it a little shout out. Hey, yesterday was Gerald Fitz's birthday. And I wish him a happy birthday and everything. And there's not a lot going on. I mean, it's getting closer. There's a lot of different things with some basketball players. The recruiting is starting to pick up. We've seen a lot of there's about 10 or 12 people right now, the players that has scheduled visits for Kentucky. So is any of one of them that you want to talk about, Miss Lee?
Well, Maximo,
Yeah, Maximo Adams.
if
He's
go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, well, I mean, yeah, he'll be here September 5th through the 6th. I mean, there's September, we got Caleb Hope, we got Kohler, we got Thompson, we got Jayan, we got Williams, and that's just September. October, you got Collins and Rippey. Both are going to be here on campus the same weekend, the 3rd through the 5th. So,
Right. And I'm getting really excited for that because I mean, you know how we are about our recruiting, so I
yeah,
guess basically, September with the visits and things like that, we'll be paying a lot of attention to what's going on with those guys because recruiting never stops with Coach Pope.
yeah.
So you and I will be talking about recruiting probably year round, man, year
Yeah,
round.
well, that for Big Blue Madness, we got Ethan Taylor, we got Josh Irving, and Jordan Smith Jr. will all be here for Big Blue Madness. That might be
So,
another couple players could be added to that, but that's three good players that Pope has been looking at.
right. I'm really excited about Jordan Smith Jr. Like
Yeah,
I've watched some of his reels and things like that. I'm really excited about him. And, big news for the Big Blue Nation. We are now in the running for Tyron Stokes still. And we've not gotten a number one overall rated player. So, I'm so super excited that, Louisville's kind of gone down. And like you said, like we were talking,
yeah,
it could be an Adidas Nike thing.
yeah.
It could, money talks, and I'm really actually have hope again on Stokes.
Yes, me too. I kind of thought it was maybe a Kentucky Louisville thing. Then I heard Arkansas kind of try to get into the mix, and now it looks like it's a Nike deal that maybe he is going to want to be with Nike, and Kentucky's Nike. And we just signed a big, huge contract with Nike to extend. So I think that might be a little bit of factoring in for Kentucky and Mark Pope.
It definitely can be. Kristen, what's up? Thank you. Thank you. Go Cats.
Yep.
What's up, my girl? But yeah, I'm super, super excited. Like I think, you know how excited we were this year talking about the recruits and things like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm already getting that butterfly tingly feeling about the recruits that we're not even gonna have till next year.
Oh, I know. I mean, like we was talking about some of the 2027 recruits that we're not really talking about yet because 2026 we got to worry about that first. But we're getting real good looks from other players, and I think right now the buzz around the recruiting community is Mark Pope is here to stay. He's going to get players.
What UK till I die? How you doing tonight? Says I want to thank myself for loving Kentucky. Perfect. Loyal BB and family, Big Mike, Miss Lee, Jimmy Jam, and everyone in chat. Well, we
Yeah,
are so glad to have you here, lady bass player. How are you doing? Taylor Kenny is still kind of maybe.
I,
There's not been any kind of negativity surrounding him, Otis. I think we could end up with Stokes and Ripley Jr. And I can't wait till Jelly gets here this weekend. Oh my gosh.
yeah, he'll be here early, and then also JQ will be on campus within a week to start his running and his weight training.
Yes, and I'm excited for that because he's not been able to do as much,
Mm-hmm.
because of everything. But seeing that he's going to start that this week really gives us hope when they said they were hoping he would be ready by September. If he's going to get in and start that, he's going to be ready.
Yeah, I think it'd be next week, maybe the end of next week, with both of those players being on campus because everybody has to be back. I think on the 21st, and then the classes start up on the 24th or 25th, one of the two. But they'll be all there, but they'll already be here like a week before, with
Right.
Jelly and JQ.
Right, right. And I believe that. I believe that that's what's going to happen. Um, did you see where Colin Chandler said that Kentucky is where him and his wife's heart is, and they can never picture themselves ever being anywhere else?
Yeah,
That warms your heart.
yes, it does. I mean, this is the family atmosphere, everything that Pope has brought in, bringing his family, from BYU, being to Kentucky. All his family knows how much it means. And he's going to extend this to all the players, every recruit that he recruits, along with their mother, father, grandmother, everything. He's going to go to their barber shops. He's going to meet with them. He's going to make it a family atmosphere.
He really does, and he's such a good, wholesome person. I mean,
Mm,
with his beliefs and things like that, and just his demeanor. And remember when he drove, because who what it was
it was when he was recruiting uh, uh,
tall guy or Andrew Carr,
Andrew Carr.
and he drove to go get him.
They went to get him in Bowling Green
What coach does that?
because some reason the flight got redirected, and so he drove 3 hours to go pick him up and bring his family back to Lexington.
And wasn't it like 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it was late, early in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. UK till I die. I think they are chasing the money and the blue love, number 9 or 10, the recruits. And that's probably accurate. I mean, money talks, and these guys, as hard as they do play and as many hours as they put in, I do feel like they deserve to get paid.
Yeah. Well, did you see? Now we are not part of. It's not called Club Blue anymore. We're part of JMI Sports, and
Yeah.
JMI Sports signed with Kentucky, and they're going to take over the sales revenue, all that, and they're giving Kentucky $465 million over. I believe we're going to be able to have $30 million per year, all the way up until I believe the date was 2000 or in 2040.
Right. Have you seen that about the BBN United?
Well, that's part of that too, I believe, but there's still like two or three different ones. But they also said that we can still have maybe some kind of third parties along with like car dealerships and stores. That Clark's Pump and Shop that they did commercials with Lamont Butler. They're still going to be able to do something for some of the players.
Did sign up for that BBN United. And what you do is you sign up for it now, and then when things start happening, and it
That
gives you like you get things mailed to you.
Yeah,
You get something that'll be kind of cool. UK till Otis 2040. Yes, you're correct. UK till I die. I think when they get to Kentucky, the love kicks in. It's everything. BB and love. And you know what? There's so many recruits, and then after they've been here for a while, they still say the same thing. That the love that the fans have for the program and the players and the school is just makes you want to come here.
yeah,
Like there is no better fan base. We all know this. It's been said many, many times. There is no better fan base.
no. Well, we talked about. I saw that. What kind of high expectations do you have? For this year's teams. I mean, do you think Sweet 16, Elite Eight, Final Four? What do you think that the fans are thinking right now? And everybody that's on here in the group chat, chime in and let us know.
See, I believe, barring any unforeseen things which we won't mention, I honestly believe that we can be a Final Four contender, at least Final Four. Over under 30 wins. I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I will go over 30 wins for this season. Yeah.
Definitely over 30. 35 is what I'm gonna say.
Now, some of the things they had talked, who off the bench could be an All American coming off of the bench this year for Kentucky. I've got about a couple, two or three that actually could. I'm not talking first team All American. They could be second or third team All American.
Okay. Off the bench. Well, it really depends on who starts and who's off the bench.
That's true. Yeah.
Um, if Let me think for a second. I would think Cam Williams is a good All American candidate if he's coming off the bench.
I've got Cam Williams.
He's got to be one of my top. I would also say Jasper Johnson could be an All American.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I don't think Mo's going to come off the bench. And I don't think who do you got?
I've got Aberdeen. He could be coming off the bench as an All American.
That's what I was thinking too. But if he's off the bench, if he's not starting,
Yeah,
and see
yeah,
Otis, you
yeah,
agree?
yeah. Jasper, Cam, Aberdeen. Depends on how Mark does the starting lineups with this. I mean, there might be sometimes some of these players are starting it. We're talking about Jasper and Cam and Aberdeen.
Right. Lady bass player, who will be the first 2026 player to commit to Kentucky?
I believe it's going to be Tyron Stokes because his mom said that he wants to sign before high school basketball starts.
That was going to be my guess as well. My projection as well, because I do believe that, like you said, he wants to do it before school starts. He doesn't want to have to be distracted by all the coaches coming at him and all of this. He wants to get everything coming out of the way, and that is a very smart move
Mm-hmm.
in my book.
Well, you saw he played in that little tournament they had, AAU ball thing. 2 games he had 84 points, 41 points in one, and hit 8 threes in one game. But I think he had like 5 threes in another game.
Right. He actually had 85 points, by the way.
85. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Mark Pope won't bench his best players. He's not Calipari. Fact. Stepper, how's it going? And yes, Cats are the absolute best. BBN is the best.
Yes.
There literally, I don't care where you go, what country you go to, what sport it is. I really think BBN is the best fan base in all sports.
Well, you can't turn on any of the sports shows right now that they're talking about college basketball. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. They're still mentioned in Kentucky because if they don't, they know they're not going to get like any kind of ratings. And
Exactly.
it's all about Kentucky.
I agree. Otis says Stokes and Ripley Jr. That could be very well one and two. UK till I die. I think Stokes' mom will be smiling, rocking Kentucky blue. Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact. I was watching an episode of Law and Order the other day. And on this episode of Law and Order, it's a fairly newer episode. And this coach gets killed at the beginning of it, right? And they said that their first guess on what the motive was because he got offered a position at Kentucky and they didn't want him to leave. And they mentioned Kentucky like 9 or 10 times in this show, even mentioned NIL.
Oh,
Now is
really?
that yeah, so I mean that was just kind of cool. I had to throw that out there. I know it's nonsense, but Kentucky being mentioned in a TV show
Yeah.
as the greatest place to go coach, and he would be a fool not to take the job. Like it was so cool.
Well, it's kind of funny. They upped Mark Fox's pay to $50,000 just to stay at Kentucky because I think he was getting offers from other like smaller schools to come coach.
Yeah, he was. I believe. I believe that's why. Is this the murdered Kentucky coach? No, no. This was just on Law and Order.
Yeah.
It was just an episode. There's nobody murdered that I know of. No, nobody unalived. My dog is snoring. I can feel my bed rumbling, and my mattress doesn't. But my mattress doesn't move. I can jump on it, and and it doesn't move. But I can feel my dog snoring.
But yeah, like they was talking about like Pope said, well, I don't have expectations. Kentucky and the fans have expectations, and he needs to meet those expectations is what he's talking about. And I trust in him, and I believe he's going to be a great coach for us for the next 10, 20 years.
I do too. And like I said before, the first thing I said when Cal said he was leaving was I want a former player as a coach. And what do we have? Former player as a coach. Trying to get your friend switched over to UK, Leigh. I know her too. She's a good friend. Which friend? Which friend? Oh, I only have one friend that's a Louisville fan that I know of. If I had any more, I probably wouldn't have them as a friend. I'm confused now. Okay, Stokes doesn't seem like a Pope guy. He always putting all these attention-seeking quotes out. Seems like a prima donna to me.
Uh, he's the number one player coming out of 2026. I mean, he's probably going to have a little bit of trying to play around and keep the expectations and everything and wondering where he's going. People are wanting to say, okay, I'll give a crystal ball for this school or that school. He's just having a little fun. He's 18 years old. He's going to have fun with some of this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Devontae, how you doing, darling? But yeah, I think I don't know. I just think that he'll chill out because Mark Pope won't take
Yeah.
somebody that's me.
No,
So
I believe when he comes to Kentucky, he's going to be chilled out. Mark Pope is playing. I think Mark Pope's playing some chess games along with some of this stuff. I think Mark Pope said, "Well, just go do whatever you want to do." And I know maybe I got you, coming in as my first number one overall recruit.
right, and there could be a point where Mark Pope goes checkmate
Yeah,
on somebody.
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
a school that really wants somebody. Like they could be the Louisville. It could be Tyron
it could
Stokes
be. Yeah,
with Louisville, where he's just like checkmate.
Well,
You know,
the funny thing is that Mark Pope said it before. Uh, uh, Pat Kelsey said, but Kentucky is not going to duck any smoke. And then all of a sudden, Pat Kelsey said the same thing about Louisville. Well, Tyron Stokes said, I want to play the Dukes, the North Carolinas. I want to play all the big teams. And Kentucky's got them all on their schedule next year.
yeah, I agree. Oh, yes, Christopher, Tina. You're talking about Tina. Yeah, she was just here. We went to the soccer game together. I wondered if that's who you were talking about. She's literally the only friend I have that's a Louisville fan. Otis says we need a player to have some swagger. We got quite a few with swagger this year, and I think
Yeah,
we'll have some next year.
mm-hmm.
Peanut Pope still to this day hasn't landed a high school recruit that wasn't all in from day one. True. Everybody he's recruited has been all in.
Yeah.
Devontae, good, much love, ready to get the season started. We all are. Saturday will be here. Saturday.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody, I guess they've seen that we have added, 3 more teams to the non-conference schedule, and now we're up to actually 31 games that we need to play for the regular season. The first game, that is, what is it?
I've got it.
Is
I've
it?
got it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we played Nicholls State on November 4th.
Mhm.
Then we play Valparaiso on November 7th. And then we play Eastern Illinois on November 14th. And I don't think these are going to be cakewalks.
No, Valpo has always had real good teams. At least we get 2 good games before the Louisville game, and they actually count, on the schedule. So if we're 2-0 going into the Louisville game, playing them on that Tuesday night at the Yum Center, but at least we get 2 real good games before we have to play Louisville.
Well, I think it'll give Pope a good chance to see, does he have the lineup right?
Yeah.
Is there something he needs to switch? Are there 2 guys that are better together on the court than these 2 guys?
Mm-hmm.
Like you might have Diabate out there. Say he's doing really good with Jasper Johnson. I'm just throwing this out there, but say they start breaking down or they're not doing as well as another pair would. I think that gives us 2 really good games to be able to get adjustments made.
Yeah. And players like Jelly, he might not start Jelly, but in the second half, he might be bringing Jelly in on top and let Cool Mo D sit down for a little bit and see how Jelly works in with the rotation that he's got going on right there. So, he's got 2 good games right there. I mean, we got, practices and everything before that and exhibitions and things, but at least there's 2 real good games on the schedule before we have to play Louisville.
Right. And those games, JQ will play in the Louisville game, is my opinion, UK. Yeah. But I think those 2 games the 3 games, but 2 being really good. Excuse me. I think that will give Jelly some to get accustomed to, being here, playing here, how the guys play, because he's getting here late, remember. So I think, and it would give JQ maybe some playing time and some minutes to see how he does, because you don't want to just put him in the Louisville game if he's not been out there, because you don't want to risk something, not going quite right because you don't know exactly what he can do. And yes, Lady Bass Player, he is dunking in slides, which we discussed this. Yeah. That's waiting to break an ankle, so that needs to stop. Pope doesn't play with his food. Last year we were beating teams by 40 that Cal would have beat by 9 or maybe even lost to. And you're right.
That's true.
Pope don't play. Pope understands the assignment. He don't play.
Well, he's ready for every game. Every game is like that game on the schedule is a game you got to worry about. You don't need to worry about 4 or 5 games above that. And hopefully we beat the 3 teams in between that 4th game only by 9 or 10 points. Pope's wanting to beat everybody by 20 or 30.
At least. Like, he's not trying to just win. He's trying to rub it in their faces, make them remember who they just played and who is number 1.
Yeah, I know everybody kind of what Stokes was saying something about, I'm Louisville, I'm true 502. Yeah, that's where he's from. Okay, 502's here in Frankfurt. Frankfurt ain't too far away from my house. I can be in Frankfurt in 25, 30 minutes. And so that's 502 also. So him saying he grew up in Louisville, that's fine. It doesn't mean that that's where he's going to go to school at.
We moved to the 606.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so, hey, Crystal.
Hey,
Hey, Brandon.
Crystal.
Driving to Super Side Virginia this weekend. Also signed up for BB and United this week. Awesome. That's great. Okay, so along with my try new L8, y'all, tonight I got the Blackberry. So we're going to give this a shot. The only reason I don't like blackberries is because of the, seeds. But while we're sitting here, let's just, oh, dang. Man, this is good. Yeah, I agree with you, Peanut, because you get complacent. I agree. Stokesby, UK, he loves the visit. Yeah, Otis, he's coming here.
Yeah. What did you see the Rick Pitino St. John's interview with John Rothstein and
I did.
Saying that there's two different types of talent that Kentucky has versus St. John's talent, and I don't think he was not taking any shots at Pope or Kentucky. I do think he believes that there's two different types of talent that Kentucky has versus St. John's, and that's going to be a great matchup on December 20th in Atlanta.
That's the week after my birthday. Kevin, what's up? Hope you're doing good tonight. Angel, this blackberry is amazing. I did not realize how freaking good it is. Lady bass player, yes, it is. Because this is the first time trying it. I like this better than the cherry. But I really do like that straw melon too. Like that and this are probably tied. I could drink either one of these two. Cherry's got to be my least favorite so far.
Yeah, another thing. Oh, yeah, another thing that Pitino said, and he made UConn bad fans. He said that UConn wants to be the Kentucky of the East, and he said they'll never be the Kentucky of the East.
No, they won't. They never will. Did you see where he was? They were talking to him about Louisville, and does he have any regrets, and does he have any hard feelings for him still? He said all is forgiven and all is forgotten, and he was talking about them making Tom Jurich way. He said they did him wrong. He said they fired me. They fired me. He said it is what it is. I'm not mad. He said I'm over it. Let's see what we got. Miss Leigh, did you know L8 made a pop also? Yes, I just saw it, but it's not available here yet. When it is, I'm going to get it because my grandma and grandpa, my mama and papa had a pawpaw tree in their yard. What's up? That's our man. Big B and squad, Jimmy Jam and Leigh.
Yeah.
He always said what he thought. Yeah, he did. They need to bring back the old school logo that you have on, Leigh. I know, right? And it has the green eyes too, just like it did. I love this. This is one of my absolutely favorite shirts. Cashmere, I hope you're doing well tonight, man.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you on here. We appreciate you being here.
What do you
we'll
think
have to get you back on the show one night, man?
What do you think about what they was talking about? Mitch Barnhart of maybe playing a game at Kroger Field, Commonwealth Stadium. I really don't think it would ever happen.
I don't think it would work. You can't play out there in the cold with that. The floor is frozen. It could snow. It could rain. If we had a dome, I would say let's do it.
Yeah.
But we don't have a dome, so I just don't think it's feasible. I don't think it's feasible.
No.
What's up, A? How you doing? Cashmere, me too. Me too. I love it. Oh, and if anybody's interested, I have a old trucker jacket, a denim trucker jacket in a size extra large that has this logo on it. And it's still got the tags on it. It doesn't fit me. It's a men's extra large. And I just ended up with it. So, yeah, there's that. What else you got, Jimmy? Oh, you want to talk a little bit about our dude?
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Otega Owe. He's our spotlight player of this week.
Yes, we love him.
Oh, well,
That game against Oklahoma when he scored the last 18 points that we got, and the last point, won the game on that last shot. Like he did that twice, and he gave everything he had to make those shots.
yeah, yeah. He put Kentucky on his back and brought him into victory. I know there's going to be several games like that this year. He's going to be able to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, I don't, and he's nothing got better. He's put some weight on. He's been in the weight room. He's muscled up. He's gonna be more physical.
Mm-hmm.
They said his shooting has improved. Like
Yeah,
up around the rim, he's great, but I think his threes have even improved. And we all know he's good at free throws.
yeah.
He did better than
You can look at the Duke game last year. He hit the free throws when it counted. Uh, I believe there's 5 or 6 different players just like him on this team that's going to be able to put Kentucky on their back and win games for them. I mean, this is not just Otega, Owe show this year. He's going to be, scoring 15, 16 points a game. And I think Jalen Lowe could be the same type player, 15, 16 points. But you're going to have other players, but we're going to have like 6, 7, 8 guys that might be scoring, 10 points a game. I mean, it's going to be a real good scoring basketball team.
definitely possible. Otis, yes, I believe he could be the SEC Player of the Year, and um, Cashmere, I don't think he's still in the boot. If he is, it's just a precaution. But all he did was hurt his toe. Like I
Yeah.
stubbed my toe. They was just a precaution. But I don't think he's still in the boot now. I think he's got out of that. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. Uh, what's up, Dorman? How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
My whole life I thought Wildcat was a mountain lion until I saw a YouTube video of a bobcat. Yeah, it's a bobcat actually. Owe wasn't about to lose to the team he transferred from. Literally took the game in his hands with the takeover in the last 10 minutes of the butter. Yeah, and that was amazing. Like I've watched that 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
I've gone back and watched that over. And Jimmy, like you were talking, you've gone back and watched the ending of those games. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can watch an Otega highlight reel and just get goosebumps. I get goosebumps when I watch the last 18 points he scored in that Oklahoma game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Otega is going to be the leader for this team. He might not be the most points scored in every game, but he's going to be the leader on that team, and he's going to be the team captain for Mark Pope and for Kentucky this year.
I think between him and Garrison both, because Garrison's been there. Garrison's really good. He's been taking some of the guys under his wing and
Mm-hmm.
teaching them and leading them and trying to explain to them what it's like and giving them kind of an idea. So they're both a couple of great stand-up guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Christopher says Otega's going to explode this year. A lot of games we're going to have the best front and back court out there. Yes, and yes, pizza 1, 2, 3, 4. I do believe that we are going to get Stokes.
yeah. I'm
I
not
do.
putting a crystal ball in yet, but I'm way above 50% chance that we're going to be getting Stokes.
Right, because we moved.
Yeah,
We have actually moved up, so
yeah.
I believe there's a good chance. Don't want him, don't need him. He'll be a selfish and pouty. He won't if he's like that. He won't play. Hope won't take him if he's going to be selfish. Hope
No,
won't take Stokes if he's selfish.
no, yeah. He's not going to take a selfish player, and I'm sure that's already been discussed there.
Because Pope sits down with them and says, I can't guarantee you this, but if you work hard and you apply yourself and you earn your spot, this is what I can do.
Yeah,
And we've got so much talent. Nope. Okay. You can call them starters, but we've got so much talent that I'm not really calling them starters. I'm just calling them the guys that go in first because we've got so much talent that I don't think there's any way you can say these 5 are better than them. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, you could take some of our if you're going to go ahead and say Braden Hawthorne might be our 14th, player on the bench, and maybe Reese Potter being 13. I don't have a problem him throwing either one of them players in the 3 minutes at the beginning of the game if he needed somebody to come in. I think both of them be ready.
Oh, I do.
I believe if Jasper Johnson actually does not start, but he comes in as a sixth or seventh man, I would take him over anybody starting five. And
For any teams.
I believe our starting five might be like in the top 12 of the best teams. But if you put our whole team together as a whole team and the bench, I believe we're the number one team in the nation. As of, I don't think there's another team that can go up against 14 good players that we've got.
I don't think so either. Otis, I do too. I want Arkansas to beat Louisville. You have to do L's down.
Yeah. I want BG. I want him to have the enthusiasm that he had last year, but I want to see 8, 9, 10 rebounds a game out of BG. Because I know JQ is going to get his rebounds, but I want us to have two players that's almost getting double doubles in points and rebounds.
And BG is very capable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do think he's got his temper under control.
Yeah.
Because there was a few Chevys that got a little chippy out there last year with him and his smart, when he smarted off a couple times and got in trouble. I think that's under control. And I think that now he's a little more self-disciplined as well. So I really see him being a more mature player. I see him actually focusing more on, not having tunnel vision, but I think he's going to focus more on the whole, what he's got in front of him this way. You know what I mean? Like be more aware. And I think his physicality is going to be a lot better.
Well, that's what I meant when I want him to bring the enthusiasm and everything. But like I was going to say, I think he's got his emotions down. I believe everything, him being a father now, he has to be that role model for his son and everything. I believe he is going to be that great player, but he's going to bring it on the court and he's going to have that, he's got that pizzazz to him that he's not going to back down from anybody. I just, if he gets a technical here or there, I'm okay with it as long as we're not down. If we're up by a little bit, but I'll take his enthusiasm of winning any day.
I would say if he gets a technical, it's because he's being more physical, which we want.
Yeah.
Hope it snows January 31st in Fayetteville. I agree with the double-double. BG might not put up those numbers. Moreno will be the guy after 2 months. Ron, that very well could be. I think it all depends on the matchups they have on the court and, who they're playing against at the time. BG reminds me of Rodman. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
I can kind of see the playing style.
I know. I think somebody put on there, Louisville does play Arkansas this year. In the
January 31st, isn't it?
I don't know if that is that our game against Arkansas is 31st. I don't know what that they'll be playing Arkansas in December when we play North Carolina.
Oh, that's right. That's right. What day is that?
I don't have that.
Let me look. Let me see.
Because they play on 2 different nights. I think
right.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm almost there. It's December. Okay, so that's Ole Miss.
Well, first time on here. Thank you, Danny, for being on here. Thank you for loving the show.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Great to see you. Been watching for a while. We're glad to see you here. We're glad you're saying something. North Carolina, we play Friday, December 5th.
Yeah, because I think they play it on a Friday and a Saturday.
That's it, Rupp. So where are we talking?
For the Louisville Arkansas game against each other in the ACC SEC Challenge.
Oh yeah, let's see, Louisville Arkansas.
Because we play North Carolina in that.
Well, isn't that on the 5th then, right?
Well, I think they play it 2 different nights because there's so many teams.
Uh,
Yeah,
I'm looking at.
yeah, Otis, yeah, we play Arkansas on the 31st of January.
Yeah.
And also, I tell you what, there could be some times, I believe maybe by SEC play, you might see Jelly as a starter and maybe Mo Diabate coming off the bench.
Take that. Jelly and if we could go back, I can't see it now. Jelly and JQ. Oh, I think they would make a good pair.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
they would be good together on the court. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Carolina is Tuesday, December 2nd. Thank you, Peanut, for that.
Yeah. Tuesday, December
Freelancing.
2nd.
Freelancing, how you doing? Good to see you here tonight. We're gonna smoke Carolina by 20 biggins.
Oh, yeah. But I've heard a little bit about North Carolina's team. They don't have anybody on the bench. I mean, if they're going to depend on Caleb Wilson, you know, he's going to get a real. He's going to learn about college basketball when he comes to Rupp Arena and sees a real team on December the 2nd.
He's gonna be like, oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made the wrong choice. UK side, I think UK will not lose more than 4 or 5 this year as long as JQ starts. I don't even think JQ has to start for us to only lose that many.
No.
Mo, I think Mo will start. Aberdeen, possibly, yeah. I think he will start too.
Mm-hmm.
Away.
Yeah, I believe Mo is going to start. But I think by SEC play, you could play Mo, or I believe you'll be able to play Jelly at that same role. And I think both of them is going to give you that versatility of against a different type of a team. The Mo might be a little bit stronger down low, but Aberdeen, Jelly, he's a little bit taller and he might be able to stretch the floor a little bit better. So I mean, we've got two players at every position. There's some positions we got 3 players. So whatever anything is going on with this team, Mark Pope's got the hands up on just about most of the teams he's going to be playing against.
Yeah, Carolina coach is still Hubert Davis. No said. Vandy Chris says I'm coming to the BBN show tomorrow night. Loa BBN show tomorrow night with Big Mike to preview the SEC and football. Looking forward to the clap. That's cool.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Vandy Chris. We haven't talked to you for a while.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And
Yep.
if you consider what you think this team will be, if you could have one player from last year that's not on the team this year, who would you pick? So if I could pick one person that left us,
Yeah.
who would I pick? But yeah, Kobe Brea, or yeah, it'd be Kobe. I don't think I'd take Lamont though. I don't think he'd be mine. I think it would be Brea.
Yeah, I would take Berea in a heartbeat.
Jackson Robinson though, he might be another one that I would consider.
Yeah, I believe if I couldn't have Kobe, I would have took Jackson Robinson, but I think Kobe was better at getting to the rim, at the end of the year, and he put a lot of on his shoulders for us in the very end when Jackson Robinson was out, SEC tournament, and the first couple games in the NCAA tournament. That Illinois game, he was spectacular.
Yeah, he was. He was. I just think that I wish we could have seen a lot more from Jackson. He who knows what that kid could have done had it not been for the freak, injury. You don't know it. And does anybody else look at Kobe Bryant and immediately just think Devin Booker? Like just immediately Devin Booker.
Well,
looks like him, plays like him.
He's playing with him now.
And he's playing with him. So I mean it's like, but it'll look like 2 twins out there.
Yeah.
Kind of. Jackson is kind of like your kid. Don't want to say it, but he hurt us just as much as he helped us. Yeah, but I think honestly, if he hadn't been hurt, and if Lamont hadn't been hurt, things would have went different with Jackson. I think it was all a trickle down, roll downhill kind of effect. I think this person getting hurt affected the whole team. Well, I think it affected Jackson's game too.
Well, I mean, we had Carr. He was out with a back injury, and you could see it hurt him even when he was back in the games. He just couldn't do as much as he did at the beginning of the year. And then Kirk Carissa, we didn't have him but 4 or 5 games. And that hurt us with the depth. If it wasn't for that, Trent Noah and Travis Perry wouldn't not even got on the floor. So, all
Right.
things worked out, but, I believe they would be a lot better without the injuries.
Right. Freelancing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Hmm.
We're
Thank
so
you.
happy to have you here. Thank you for commenting and viewing tonight. Y'all make sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Send it to your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your brother. Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's
If
fine with
that's okay
me.
with Jimmy.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah. I mean, we got about 15
Right?
minutes.
Yeah.
We got about
Brea,
15 minutes here.
let's say let's do it. Brea does remind me of Kellen Grady a little bit too. Oh my gosh, Kellen Grady. Gosh, I haven't thought about him for a
Yeah.
minute.
I saw a game yesterday with him when we had Cullen Brady, and that's what I was kind of thinking is, Berea reminded me of him.
What game did you watch?
It was, I think that's about 5 years ago. We was playing. Was that when we played North Carolina and got beat by North Carolina in the Elite Eight?
Is that the game you watched?
That was the game before I watched that. Before the North Carolina game, I watched that game before we got beat by North Carolina. That last second shot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Jackson's kind of like having a 200 hitter that hits 50 home runs in baseball. Could use a clutch single sometimes. True, like
Yeah.
just something, like just a miraculous, something like a break, like a breakout points, or like something to really get. I agree. Bray didn't play that much. He kind of ramped up 2 minutes. You're right. He
Yeah.
he started out off the bench not playing or whatever. He started out not that many minutes.
No.
But as the season went on, because he proved himself, he earned the spot. And with injuries and other things that were going on, he did ramp up the minutes. And when he did, you notice the longer he was in, the hotter he got. Like he
Yeah.
just needs to get going.
Well, he was used to coming off the bench, before he came to Kentucky last year. So I mean that, but when he did get into the starting role, he did his magic. He couldn't have played any better than what he did because he had a lot of pressure on him because Jackson was out and we didn't have a real good point guard. LeBron when Lamont was out of the games and we just had to depend on Travis Perry and Trent Noah. He had a lot on his shoulders.
He really did. D, not sure yet where anybody's going to be. I'm going to try to make it to the game. If we hear anything or if we find a place for us to like get together and meet up, we'll be sure to announce it on one of the shows.
Yeah, I think they said now that people are already actually going out and putting up tents for the 30th of this month, and they can just leave them up until the game comes on.
I'll be afraid somebody mess with my stuff.
Well, I mean, it's there at Kroger Field, so Commonwealth Stadium. Unless a big storm come through and swooped through and took everybody's tents away.
Dude, like that couldn't happen.
Yeah, that could happen around here
We
with the
are in the
Kentucky.
Ohio Valley.
Yeah, yeah, that would be. That's what I'd be afraid of is winds come through and tear everything down.
Well, a lot of people don't even use tents. They just back up their truck and take everything out of the back of the truck.
Yeah,
I mean, we always, when we tailgated, we just found an empty spot somewhere. There was a doctor's office across, like you had to like leave the stadium, go across the parking lot, go across this big lawn, go all the way down to the corner, and there was a doctor's office building we used to tailgate at. Or a lot of people tailgate over by the parking garage, and that's a good place to tailgate. Like
yeah,
that one closest, it's got a bathroom there and everything. So
Well, they just like I was saying
portability.
tents, but it's just like canopies where you can set up. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
some of those. They got big screen TVs setting out. I mean, they got it. You know, it's like 100% real. They're not playing around.
And if it rains, they're screwed. Your show
Yeah,
is running wonderfully. Best wishes for a great session. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
yeah.
Could you imagine
Um,
Aberdeen, Oweh, Brea, Diabate, Quaintance? Oh my gosh.
wow.
That would
That
be
that that
crazy.
yeah. That's and I mean, even Aberdeen depend on if they, if Jalen Lowe starts. Even Aberdeen coming off the bench, that's still a heck of a starting lineup. I mean, you could throw Jasper in there too. So
Yeah, you could, for sure. Mark Pope having some players he's recruiting to be a big. Yeah, he's got 3 players going to be at Big Blue Madness, Otis, that we know of.
yeah,
So that's huge. That's a lot of times a deciding factor for players. They come there, they see what it's like, they experience Big Blue Madness, and how can you not want to be a part of the Big Blue Nation once you experience that?
yeah. Last year, I believe, did we have Moreno? Didn't he sign right after or right on the same day of Big Blue Madness? And I think maybe some of these players that sees this, they're going to be like, "Hey, I want to be part of this team." And he's only going to get 1 or 2, 3 players probably for next year's recruiting because that's all he's really going to need. It's not like he needs 5 or 6 players and he's recruiting, 10 or 12. So some of these might say, "Hey, I might want to jump on, and I know Stokes is going to be here soon. I'll go ahead and commit right now and get this over with."
Right. I was looking up,
Yeah, D
said,
said leaves the tent frame up all season for football. So I guess they do leave, tents and things. They just take off the covers, I guess, and just leave the frame.
hey, wait a minute. Come find me in the players family section. I'll get you guys in. Okay. D is going to figure out who you are. What is it? D? Like, who are you?
Well, that'd be something that 21 could look into right there.
Yeah, 21 can find out for us. We got you. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, I know
Uh
Mo and Aberdeen are getting paid, too much not to start, but you know, they know what the situation here is in Kentucky. Pope's going to play who is the best players is playing in practice, who's playing defense in practice. That's the players that's going to start.
okay, so you were asking about, yeah, I agree with you, but you were asking about Chuck Hayes. So on July 29th, 2023, he became the director of basketball operations for the Golden State Warriors. So that's what Chuck Hayes is doing right now.
Yeah, yeah. But he was here when Mark Pope was introduced as a head coach.
Yeah. Oh, nobody's that big. Who was it that was sitting? Do you remember? We said it looked like he was going to eat Cameron Mills or eat Jeff Shepard. Who was it? I'll have to find it and I'll show it. They're playing the best in practice. They really are. Their practices have been great. If you've watched any of the highlights from the practices,
Yeah.
their practices are going great.
Well, I mean,
So I
yeah, they was. I mean, they're off campus now, but
they
yeah,
were, but I
yeah,
for what we've seen,
yeah. We don't. I haven't seen a lot because Mark Pope ain't putting out what everybody else. A lot of teams like Duke and all these other, they've been showing the whole practices, and I'm like, I don't know why he's doing that, but Pope's not doing that.
thank you 21 for posting that. D, send us an email, please,
Yeah.
to that email. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
And that way we can get in touch, and because I would love to go to the game. I would love to be at the first game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the only
Ke-
reason I'm not is because I can't get a ticket. So
yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah, Kevin, Chandler, and Noah, they're going to be needed for this year's team. I mean, they both are going to make big strides under the second year of Mark Pope, and they're going to be ready when they get to the court. It's not going to be like with the transition period. It took them all the way till mid SEC. They're going to be ready to play.
Now I know who you are. Yes, now I remember him telling us, and I remember your little interview thing. So yes, and I look forward to seeing you. That's awesome. Um, Lucked out better with the in-state recruits being at their all-time best right now. Yes, 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 they are. Hope isn't ducking. All right, what's up?
What's
What
going
up?
on, Cash?
I
What's
had
up,
to tap
Cash?
in. I had to tap in once again. How y'all doing, man?
Doing good. How you?
BBN in the building. It's
In the
early.
building, baby. Yeah.
It's still August. Bad news, bad news. But
Hey, it's
Give
getting
us
close.
your give us your thoughts on what we've talked
early,
about.
early thoughts? I'm just now tapping in. It took me like 10 minutes to get my tripod set up, so bear with me. But what was where am I picking up at?
Just as far as like what we discussed as far as players, what to expect, how
Um,
JQ's doing,
oh,
starters.
the last I heard, y'all were talking about Brandon BG. I feel like he's going to be a major X factor this year for some reason. It's going to be like a make or break thing with BG, right? So like, I feel like if we don't need his offensive power as much, that's going to be a very good sign. Like early, like say if we're already getting inside presence, inside buckets, because I believe he's a very good rebounder. I don't question that from him, but I don't want to put too much pressure on him defending and guarding the basket and not scoring as much either. I don't feel like he should have that much pressure. But for what role he plays, I feel like he could fulfill that. Just the other pieces, you know what I mean? It just depends on how it meshes. But I don't feel like we should depend on him to get 20 and 10 every night. More like 10 and 5. And hit your free throws when need be and try to stay out of foul trouble as much as you can. But I feel like he is an X factor because the simple fact he's going to get a lot of minutes. He's going to be forced to play down low with him and JQ. I don't know how we're going to mesh that, but I'm not going to say we lack down there. I just know those two pieces, him and JQ, are very, very detrimental. So depending on who's playing better offensively, I think the other one's gonna have to pick up the slack with the D, the rebounding, staying out of foul trouble, and making smart plays. Because in the tournament, it's the small things. It's who can hit the free throws, who can get the rebounds, the 50-50 balls. I feel like Brandon's down for that. He's got the physical and he's got the mind state to do so, to be a scrappy type of player. So when I think of him, I think of people like Jamal McGlure. If you remember that year, he didn't have to score a whole lot. You know what I mean? Jamal hit you with a hook shot every now and then. It's kind of line drive. You know what I mean? Brandon's not quite the same, like similar, but I mean parallel. But I feel like they have similarities as far as the role that they can play on the championship type of squad. So rebounding, scrapping, and attitude and leadership. So I feel like he could pick up some of the younger players, possibly if they need that. So y'all know how it is down the stretch. And the
Yeah, he's
SEC, man, it's just getting through that SEC is gonna be the first step, I believe.
that
So
gauntlet, and
yeah. But I got faith in
definitely,
BG. I got faith in BG because he plays with so much heart and so much passion. And he's a very good teammate. So he's not a selfish player.
Yeah, that's
But
what.
what
But if we get him shooting 7 to 8 threes a night, then we're like, and where are we going with this? So, but he'll be all right. He'll be good. He'll be good.
what are your
And he
thoughts
just
on Tyron?
got a nice McDonald's NIL deal, to my
Yeah, he did.
understanding. So I feel like that'll give him a little
Yeah.
cushion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you gonna say,
What
Lee?
do, what do you think about the Tyron Stokes? What do you think? Because now that they say Kentucky is actually, almost like we're inching up there, we're kind of right there, and Louisville slipped down a little. What do you think about him?
Well, I know he's from Louisville, correct?
Yes.
I know he was. There was a big dirt bowl that went on here recently. and he was in attendance to that. I know that for sure. And it was nothing but Louisville folks, you know, I mean, the Dirt Bowls in Louisville, which
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything. But I just don't want to count the chickens before they hatch because, you know, us crazies, we go ballistic when we hear something. Sometimes, you know, we get a little, because we get excited and we want what's best to add on to our great legacy. So, but and there's so many media outlets now. There's so many different resources. As soon as you get on Google and tell you something, then you get on X, Twitter is gonna tell you something, Instagram. Then you hit the reels. It's like, oh man, it's like 10 different sources. Somebody said he's going to UConn. So you know, so like I believe I have to be patient this year. I definitely have to be patient this year. Just like last year, we got to the Sweet 16. We did. I did not see it coming. I'm being honest with you. I did not see that coming. I was hopeful. I was optimistic, but this year, Tyrone Stokes. My personal opinion, I do not believe he's coming. I believe he picks Louisville. And I'm gonna say that so the opposite may happen.
Yeah.
It's like the law of reversal. You know, it's like so.
Yeah, Kaz,
Yeah.
like last couple 2 or 3 years, Miss Leigh probably is about the same. I got so overreacting of like, I want this player, I want that player. We're going to get this player. 100% crystal balls coming Kentucky. Now I'm sitting back and I am just relaxing. When these guys make a decision, then I'm going to be hyped up. I'm going to be on this show. I'm going to be putting out, you know, TikToks. We're going to have, you know, shorts. We're going to have a 20-minute video on the player that's coming. I'm just sitting back and relaxing now. And same thing with this team we've got coming up this year. I'm going to sit back and relax. Mark Pope's got this. We got 14 great, good players. If Brandon Garrison comes in and scores, you know, 12 and gets 8 rebounds, or if he scores 10 and gets 5, 6 rebounds,
that's solid.
I'm going to be fine because I know everybody else is going to be getting theirs too.
Right. And you know, Pope, he developed the system. It's never based on 1 or 2 players. It's always the teamwork, the camaraderie, the togetherness, spreading the floor even, you know what I mean? And just playing as a humongous family. So that's what helps my optimism. That's what helps my confidence. But like I said, like last year, Chaz Lanier, you remember that? Remember he was supposed to come.
Yeah.
We sit on Chaz Lanier last year for about, how long was it? 3 weeks, a month? It felt like 10 years. Chaz Lanier was coming. We're like, he's coming. You know, so like that's just an example, you know, like it hurts to get excited sometimes. But you know, the Kentucky Magic is kind of strange, right? Because there's been a lot of seasons where we did not have the number 1 prospect coming into the season as freshmen. There's been plenty of years where we've had successful seasons. I would count them successful seasons. And we didn't get the number 1, 2, 3. And even when we had Coach Cal, yes, we got a lot of top prospects, but those are all projections, right? Those are all, you know, guessing how good, you know, you can't really go by that all the time anyway. So I just stay optimistic as a UK Wildcat fan. That's all I can do, and then just wait until the season begins and get it started. You know what I mean?
Over under on 30 wins.
I'm gonna pick over every time on that. I'm pick over every time. Over.
Yeah. And Miss Leigh, we picked over off that too. So we
have to, guys.
Our expectations,
right?
I mean, who am I to be like under? Does that sound like us?
No.
It better not sound like us. I'm never going to be like that.
We don't know that language. You know?
No, we don't know that.
No. What? So okay, thoughts on the Valparaiso game.
I have not seen the schedule. I'm behind. So we have Valparaiso on the schedule.
Yeah, they added 3 games. I'm going to tell you what they are.
I'm expecting North Carolina.
No, they added 3 games into our schedule. Uno momento.
Well, we do have North Carolina.
So yeah,
absolutely.
But we play Nicholls State on November 4th.
Okay.
We play Valparaiso November 7th. And we play Eastern Illinois on November 14th.
But
These are November games.
But we have November game against Louisville on the 11th.
So we'll be tested early.
Yeah.
2 games.
Hey, we are UK, right? I mean,
Yeah.
every year I expect our schedule to just be crazy tough. And we just accept it.
Well, the non-conference schedule is one of the top 4 or 5 in the nation right now, and that's not even throwing in the gauntlet from the SEC we're going to be playing.
Ooh,
Right.
but it does sound like it's going to be tougher than last year as far as scheduling. I feel like they gave us a little bit of cushion last year. I think a little consideration, I felt like.
Yeah.
And, you know, with us being UK, we deserve a little bit of that, so it's all good. But as far as Valparaiso, I don't know a lot about their basketball squad, but what I do remember is their tradition of kind of a Cinderella type spirit. Very well coached, fundamentally sound, and usually don't have a lot of superstars. And they usually don't have a lot of players that can get their own bucket at any moment. They usually have, so there's a lot of team camaraderie there. But I feel like we got them. You said the game's at home?
Yeah, it'd be at home.
Oh, we got this.
Yeah.
We got this. Yeah.
But you know how these Cinderella teams can come in rough sometimes and pull something out of their honey. You know, I mean,
I remember some moments. I remember when Jason Williams. I remember when Jason Williams came from Florida. Came in the rough. Oh. And it was fun to watch. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was because if you heard the style points, I mean, he was getting buckets.
Yeah,
he's good.
At the time, we didn't know how Jason Williams was going to be in the NBA. He turned into everybody. He was white chocolate, and everybody
white chocolate.
They wanted to play with him in NBA because they knew he was going to get the ball to you no matter. They'd have 5 guys on him. He was going to get the pass play.
He was nasty. Right. He was like an N1 player in the league. You know what I mean? So So I look at him. He was just a concrete fanatic, and I didn't see that coming. That's what I was getting to. At the moment, I'm like, we got Florida. Okay, they're coming in. We're rough. We're going to, it'll be a tough little SEC matchup, and we'll get them by 6 to 10. We'll get them.
Yeah.
Man, was I wrong?
Yeah, Peanut. He was Scott Drew. He played for Valparaiso. His dad
Scott Drew was nice.
Yeah, he hit that game-winning shot in the NCAA tournament. Yeah, and his dad.
That's what makes me think about.
Yeah, his dad was actually the head coach at Valparaiso, and he was the player, and then now he's the head coach at Baylor.
Okay, that's right. He's at Baylor. That is him.
Yep.
I'm so glad we didn't get him.
I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we did not.
I didn't want him. I wanted a former player. I wanted a former player as a coach. As soon as they said Cal was leaving, I said, we need a former player as a coach. And look what we got.
You're right. I'm going to throw a hot one you all's way, though.
All right.
We don't usually bring this guy up, but do you remember the Billy Gillespie era?
2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember those 2
years.
What
are your first 5 words? I mean, I want to hear just thoughts. What your first thought to come when you think of Billy, the Billy era?
He needed some bail money.
I tell you what, I mean,
Billy wilding out.
Yeah,
how you feel about it, Jimmy? Man, you remember those years?
Man, I spent a year and a half in New York at that time because I was up there working. And when he became the head coach, I was like, I'm glad I'm out of the state of Kentucky, because the only reason they brought him in is because the year before he beat Louisville in the Elite Eight to go, to the Final Four. And that's the only reason at Texas, Texas Tech.
Texas A&M.
Or Texas A&M. And that's the only reason they brought him in. And I was like, he's not going to be that great of a coach. And he lasted 2 years, and that was 2 years too long.
Small resume they went off of to hire him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Very small. Like you're going off basically one win to hire a coach.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah.
so we don't want to remember those moments, but when I look at that and then I look at where we are now, there's definitely no complaints in my spirit right
No,
now. And it's only up from here. So,
I
hey,
mean, he had Jody Meeks, he had Patrick Patterson.
yeah,
Patrick Patterson was
yeah.
on Calipari's first. He recruited some pretty good players, but I just don't think he was that good of a coach.
I think it's what it was from the staff up and down, I believe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but he don't have the
So
better resume that he has right now. Yeah.
The personalities too. The personalities aren't the same either at all.
Yeah.
Nah, we like
Gillespie
Mark.
didn't play for Kentucky.
Yeah, it's
No.
yeah.
He was also an alcoholic. Mark Pope's not. No, I think it's his analytical self. I think his gameplay. Okay, so everybody, I'm sorry.
You first.
I'm sorry. So 21 wants to know Billy Gillespie, Mark Pope. Gillespie had a better track record than Pope. So why would we think Pope would be better, basically? Is it just because, do we think he got the job just because he played for Kentucky? And I'm going to say no, because he did some great things at BYU. He is I like he's very smart. And I think we needed more of the analytical side to the game because we haven't really had that. His heart is here. He truly loves it. He understands the assignment. If somebody is 100% vested and they're all in, why wouldn't the fan base and the teams be all in as well? So, Kashmir?
I'm right there with you almost. I do feel like it had a chunk to do with it because you got to think of like marketability, right? So as soon as did you see that first Mark Pope in Rupp Arena the first for the first time? I mean, when Billy was there, it wasn't looking like that. Let's be real. Let's be real. So yeah, he's one of our own, and I do feel like it had a large chunk to do with it, but not all. It didn't have all to do with it because he is a very X's and O's guy. I feel like under being under Rick Pitino's wing for such a long time and being so close to Rick had a lot to do with it because coming off of Rick, I mean, you talk about a legendary coach, Rick
Right,
Pitino, point
right,
blank, period. So it's like, if you know those two are that close, I mean, that was almost no brainer. I mean, one of our own and Ricky P
yeah,
co-signing them right there. And then not only that, Ricky P comes out and helps endorse it with his own videos and his own content and gives everybody the heads up like, yeah, this is my guy. And if you need some money, if you need some chicken, I'm right there for you too. So
Yeah.
so you have former player, former champion, 96, X's and O's guy, Patino guy, and also he likes to shoot the three. Also he likes to shoot the
right.
three. But with all that marketability comes talent, it comes interest, and it keeps the fan base rocking and rolling and run.
Jimmy, what do you think?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't get that. I didn't get any of that feel from Billy. I hope we do okay from Billy. Nothing against Billy. Nothing against Billy, but I just feel like they kind of pulled him out of Texas and like, okay, let's see how this goes. And I didn't see it going any longer than 2 or 3 seasons.
No, I was. To me, it was a no-brainer. With I know they was still going after Bryce Drew. They was trying to get Danny Hurley. They was going to maybe try and wait for uh, oh Billy Donovan that was coaching at the Chicago Bulls. They couldn't wait that long. There was there was other coaches they had talked to and things like that. But the resume that he had at BYU and the school he played at or coached at before BYU, he had good winning teams. He had good wins. BYU, he had good wins. He played in a Big 12 the year before he coached at Kentucky, and they beat Kansas in Kansas by like 25 or 30 points. Mark Pope had some real good wins, and there was a lot of players or fans. It's like, well, let's kind of hold off and see if we can get somebody else. But right now, I believe everybody is on board. They know that Mark Pope was the best selection for this team, a player that you never have to worry about. He is not going to go boat to the NBA. He's no other team in the NCAA is going to be able to pull him away from Kentucky. They've got him for 20, 25 years, and they're going to probably get 4 or 5 championships out of him.
And his character is excellent. Yeah.
He's the whole package. He's a great coach. He's a great guy. He's an X's and O's guy. He was coached under Rick Pitino. He was a champion player. He loves it. Like, he's the whole package.
Yeah.
It was too difficult to say no to that. And like a lot of players respect and admire Coach Pope. So, a lot of players want to play for him. And I feel like they knew that Barnhart, he knew that coming in. And I feel like last year there was even a few that were already on board with Pope before the decision was made. And I feel like Jackson Robinson was on board. I feel like Colin Chandler was on board, and maybe a few other ones, because we felt like it was happening fast. Like, oh, we're signing these players. This is happening within like a week or 2 or 3, but some of that could have been already assembled and prepared.
Exactly. Yeah. Peanut, I do agree with you. And I think those are some of Pope's best attributes, is the fact that he is honest and transparent. And he does let the Big Blue Nation know what's going on step by step, as much as he can.
Very much so.
Without giving everything away. But he literally lets us know step by step. I'm going here and doing this. This is what's going on now. This is what's going on with JQ. This is what's like. I love his just openness with the fan base, because if y'all know, Cal, we can all recite every one of Cal's post-game speeches word for word.
You don't have to make them all, but you can't miss them all.
Can't miss them all.
I like
don't blame the guys. Don't blame the guys. That's on me.
Yeah, I like my team. I like my team.
For March.
I give it to you, Pope. Like, that's unspoken truth right there too. Like, the media is, being a UK basketball coach is on another level. And I feel like Pope really handles it extremely well. And not only that, since he's been there, there's been catastrophic weather events since he's been here. He stuck his neck out to show up at these places. Yeah. Building houses, building team camaraderie, building a new team all at once. You know what I mean? So hats off to Mark. I'm with you.
Yeah, he's relentless. He's 24/7, 365 days a year. You're talking about going to the flood victims and the tornado victims, and then putting together a basketball team, and all summer long. Now he can start walking into some of these recruiting venues, the AAU tournaments. Now they know who Mark Pope is, and they're starting. Some of these coaches are starting to fear Mark Pope, because he's getting things done so quickly that a lot of these teams has not ever had anything turn around like this.
You got me excited, Jimmy. You got me going.
There we go.
But I'm gonna hit you. Look, I'm gonna hit y'all though, Miss Leigh, Jimmy. I got it. Chat. Let's go now. I got the elephant in the room, right? Y'all know what happened last year. Them dirty hogs came in. When the dirty hogs came to town. Now, I know. The injuries and this, that, and the third, but it happened. It happened, and I seen it coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. To be honest with you, I know basketball. I'm like, Travis Perry and DJ Wagner. That's a matchup nightmare to me. That's how I was looking at it. if you can get to the bucket, I played point guard when I was playing. If you can get to the cup that easy, I mean, on any given time, I mean, you can hope, wish, pray, you can do all that stuff, but I mean, you have to look at the dynamics that's going on out on the court. So I hate to watch, I hate to see it, but I've seen it coming and then it happened. So, but it's a new year, it's a new day, it's 2025. We won't be at Rupp this year because this year we were at Rupp. Last year we were Rupp. So we'll be down in old dirty hog town, you know what I mean? I need you all stocks. How do you feel about it?
Jimmy, you want to take that first?
Well, I mean, yeah, we talk about this game. It's January 31st. It's at Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's going to be, you know, I know this. It's going to be one of the most anticipated games by like fans and the players for this year because these players, some of these Otega, they remember that game. Brandon Garrison, they remember that game.
Absolutely.
Trent Noah, Colin Chandler, they was all on this team when they got beat and had to walk to the Rupp Arena locker room in a loss and knowing that Coach Cal was going to fly back to Arkansas, Fayetteville, that dirty, you know, pig town, and he was going to have that smile on his face. They want to give him a frown and beat, you know, this. What they talk about is going to be maybe a third best team in the SEC. They're going to be wanting to beat this team down and beat them by like 15, 20 points. On their
what are your predictions though, Jimmy? What do you predict?
Well, they got us last year at Rupp Arena. I believe we're going to get them this year at Fayetteville. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down as a win. Last year I put it down as a win also, but I think it's going to be a bigger win this year.
Hey, Otega and Brandon, they got that. Hey, when they went back to Oklahoma, they got that revenge last year. They played with some grit going back to that game, so maybe we can get some of that same energy going back to Arkansas. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, Leigh. How you feel about it?
Go ahead, Miss Leigh.
So, biggest word, payback. Next thing, I believe, my prediction, Cats win 92-85.
Oh, with the score prediction too. Word.
Got a score.
I say we're gonna take them by 7.
Word.
I think that it's gonna be close for the first half. I don't think any team's going to be running away with it. And I think we're going to wear them out. I think they're going to lose their legs because we're so deep. I think and you know, if y'all, I know y'all watch Kentucky basketball, so you know every game at the 7-minute mark of every game is when we turn and burn. Turn and burn. Like we kick it into gear at the 7-minute mark at the end of the game, the last 7 minutes. Any game you watch, you will see us turn into a different team. That's when our energy gets higher and the other team starts losing steam. And I think that's what it's going to happen. I think it's going to be close the first half. I think the second half going into it, it's going to be back and forth. And I think the last 7 minutes of the game, we're going to run away with it. And I think it's going to be 92-85.
I most definitely feel like we're going to win. Absolutely. We're going to get the W for sure. But the biggest reason I feel is because it'll be more like matching play styles this year rather than one style of play trying to outbeat the other. Now, last year, we were hurting on defense, so we weren't going to beat you there. They had the athletes. They had the young flyers, the jammers, the run up and down the court, athletic guys that could get to the rim, just to be realistic. And we had the 3. And I feel like we didn't beat them at our game, and they got us at their game, right?
Yeah.
But to add on to that, Big Z hit about five triples from what I remember. Yeah. And he doesn't usually shoot that well. No. But we know Big Z and we know he's streaky. So like he may hit 1 or 2 sometimes, or he might brick 5 or 6. But that game he had one of those streaky games where that really catapulted them to the victory. I feel like him and on top of a few other guys that hit some surprise threes that don't usually hit them. So I feel like they kind of gave us a little dose of our own medicine as far as the threes, and then on top of that, they got to the cup. We couldn't stop them getting to the rim. So I think this year
Yeah.
will be different. We have the athletes. We still have the shooters, but we definitely have the athletes to match, and we still have our best athlete that came back, which is Otega Owe. Hey, he can get to the cup with the best of them. So you
Yeah.
got him, and then I got a lot of faith in Cam and those guys. So yeah, I don't even think it'll be that high a score. 95 that you say 92 to 85. I give 81 72. Okay.
Okay. Well, one thing too is, it's like I said, you were talking about Big Z coming in hitting five triples,
Yeah.
or five threes.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Remember, I mean, it's like everybody else. They have their best game when they come into Rupp
Play
Arena.
play their hearts out. And yeah,
Yeah.
like you heard them. You heard them. They said that made our season. It gave them so much confidence from that moment. And they went to the Sweet 16. I mean, they were
Yeah.
struggling before that. I think they lost 6 games in a row.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They ought to be thanking us.
yeah, there you have it. But yeah, there's something about that big blue. When you see that across the
Oh
jersey,
yeah.
and they're gonna play their hearts out like every single step of the way.
We are
Everybody,
everybody's Super Bowl.
everybody. So that's Vanderbilt. That's everybody. Goes down the line. Vanderbilt's got that weird court down there where
Yeah.
you sit underneath the court and you're on the opposite side of your goal. The bench is down here. So they play their hearts out when you go there. You go to Auburn. You go to all these different SEC teams, and then everybody else across the country because we're on everyone's hit list.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And the gauntlet we're going to have to run is going to be full of that.
Yeah. But shout out to Big Z though. He transferred to Illinois because he has a twin brother that plays up there. So
Yeah.
they won't have Big Z this year.
No.
So they do have their roster is changed up and switched up, but they still have some pieces as far as DJ Wagner. They still have the other guard, Billy Richmond.
Billy Richmond,
Yeah,
but I think
Richmond.
He's still there.
Yeah.
He's pretty tough. He's pretty tough. So, but I still think we got it. So, like I said, I feel like we have more athletic frames to match, more strength, more physicality. I don't feel like we got beat up physical last game, but like I said, they hit some surprise buckets and they got to the cup on us at home.
Yeah.
I think our key to that game is going to be our inside game. I think our key to that game is going to be the paint. I really do. I think being at the rim, dunking, getting rebounds, running baselines, back doors. I think that's going to be our key.
We're gonna have to run with them because if you think about Cal's mind, right? He likes to run. He really does. So, and I don't think he's wavered or changed that. He's still with the dribble drive. He's still that. So, we got to get down in a nice defensive stance and lock on our man. Slide our feet. We got to slide our feet east and west, not north and south. Once you get going south, you're running to the goal with it.
Yeah.
That's not going to do you any good.
Right.
So
there's one player on this team that was not on our team last year, and he knows that Pope wants this game more than anything. That's
JQ.
JQ's gonna be down low. Yeah, he's gonna be down low. And you got Mo Diabate and Aberdeen. And these players, these are going to be players that we're going to get plus 60-70% of the 50-50 balls.
Mo's ready.
We're going to get those loose balls, and we're going to get like easy putbacks. And when we do go to the rim, we're going to dunk on you, or we're going to get fouled and go to the line.
If we're hitting threes, I guarantee it's going to be Cam Williams putting them in.
Well, yeah,
against Arkansas.
Cam can splash them and dash them for sure.
Against Arkansas, if we're making outside shots, it's going to be Cam. I have a feeling to shoot over. You know what I mean?
He's tall and he's very poised. He's a very poised. I love the poise already from him. Just watching him shoot the basketball. Him, Aberdeen, and all the guys. Trent Noah, of course. Yeah. But we still have shooters. I think sometimes I view this team like we're more athletic now and we can't shoot it as well. But I feel like we can still let it fly too. So we'll see. And Jalen Lowe's gonna shock some people as well.
Yeah, I think so too. UK till I die. You know what? Arkansas might be a UK rivalry from now on. I mean, just because of Now, he may be the newest added. Arkansas may be the newest added actual rivalry just
Yeah.
because of. But I think our game's going to be much more physical this year, in which I'm excited to see because when Mark Pope came back, excitement came back for the game, for the
Mhm.
Big Blue
Hmm.
Nation, for all
Yeah.
the fans. The excitement was back. We saw what he did last year. I just really, really think that all of that and the guys understand the assignment. They are out for it.
Yes. And we have great basketball to look forward to because,
We do.
Cal's gonna come with it now. He's gonna keep recruiting the young kids. They're gonna have some talent down there for sure. And the league was just outstanding last year. It was unbelievable. Every game was like, wow, this was close to. Oh, we're gonna Georgia. Georgia's gonna get it. Oh, okay, they're gonna sneak one. And, we did have a lot of injuries, but at the same time, the league was very tough. Yeah, Auburn. They were tough.
Be real.
Alabama was tough, tough.
Be real. That Georgia game was nothing but home cooking, and we all know it.
Yeah, that was
Oh yeah,
all.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
The one
referees. That was
that
Home
was
referees.
cooking.
terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. But I'm old school. I hate to blame it. I hate to,
Yeah,
I just hate to sit on that because I just do. I just do. I'm like, man, all right, we lost.
Yeah,
I
but
hated
when you
it.
look at the fouls, and we got three times as many fouls called on us, and every time their coach looked over and said, there should be a foul, he got what he wanted, like every time.
Nah, you're right.
So
I mean, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I agree with you. I agree.
it was blatant.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
hey, nice talking to y'all though, man. We'll see what happens.
okay, look,
I love
Cashmere,
y'all for
thank
sure.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you for
Thank
being
you,
here
Cash. Yeah,
anytime.
thank you so much.
Anytime, man. You know
No
you're
doubt.
always welcome.
We are UK.
You know it. Go
BBN. I've been watching
Cats.
highlights. I'm watching highlights all week. Like Keith Bogans,
So have
everybody.
we.
Yeah.
See
So
y'all.
have we. It's almost here. Have a good one,
Almost.
man.
See you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That Cashmere could come on here and everything. I know. We've been doing about an hour show. We're already an hour and 31 minutes into it. We was having fun and everything, but I know, I've got a couple things I need to get done, and work comes early, and there's a lot of things going on. I know some of the fans will probably stay on here all night long if they could.
Yeah, everybody hit the like button, subscribe, follow, you know, share with everybody you know. We really appreciate each and every one of you. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Anytime somebody wants to call in, please feel free. Don't forget, we're going to have pre games coming up with basketball, and post games. We got a lot coming for you guys. So bear with us until it gets rolling, but we got a lot coming for you guys. Jimmy, thank you so much. A big, huge thanks to 21. Thank you, Big Mike. Jimmy, it's on you.
Well, hey, I think you did just a pretty good job right there. So we're just going to end it. And this is going to be a thank you to all everybody that's been in here tonight for the chats. And thank you, Big Blue Nation, for supporting us. And we're going to be here every night at Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And we'll just see you then. Thank you, Miss
Thank you,
Leigh.
Otis.
Thank you, 21.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks,
And
21. Go
thank you,
Cats.
Otis. Yep. Go Cats.